My wife's mum, my mother-in-law, Pauline, is a bit of a home cook. She loves cooking. She's very, very good at desserts. And she sent me through the recipe for this one. I've never done it before. So if I make a mistake, Pauline will be watching at home and I'm sure she'll be yelling at the TV. I've never actually made these, as I said, so bear with me. But Pauline gave us pretty clear instructions. First thing was cut the apple and then take out the core. I was told to use red apples, and I think that's because the end tart is meant to look, well, the end little tarts are meant to look like roses, and you need the red to make them look a little bit like a rose. Into this little bowl here, I'm going to squeeze some lemon juice just to acidulate the water to try and stop the apples going brown. So get as much citrus in there as I can. Doesn't matter if there's pips in there because we're going to take the apples out later. Same thing, take out our core. And then, once you've got your core out, cut your apple into, now, which way did she cut them? Little slices this way. And then as you cut them, pop them into acidulated water. So this is all by memory. There's nothing better than trying your mother-in-law's recipe, which you're doing simply by memory, on national television, so that everyone can see if you fail, and then I can no longer tell people that I'm a good son-in-law. Pop them in. That, I reckon, is enough apple. So at this point, there are two ways you can go about it. One, you can cover this with water and put it in the microwave for about 3 minutes because you want to par cook the apples. Or you can get some boiling water and pour over the top of the apples. So you're just trying to cook them through a little bit to make them pliable so that when we're working with them later, we can bend them the way we need to. So I'll just grab a spoon, give them a mix. I'm just going to leave them in that boiling water for about 3 minutes and then we can move on. Step 2 of our little tarts is we get our pastry out. Pastry sheets, I want to cut that in half. You can see I've got rid of my chopping board because I don't really need to cut anything now and it's all working on surfaces for the rest of it. So cutting my sheet in half, take some of my pastry off. Now, this is apricot jam, apricot conserve. You can use any jam that you like. I just like that combination of apricot and apple. And I'll put about a tablespoon of hot water in there just to loosen it up a bit. I just want to paint this on my pastry sheet. It's going to act like glue to hold everything in place. And then I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of brown sugar because apples and caramel are a great combination. And now my apples, which have been sitting in my boiling water for long enough, I just want to strain them. Just pop it back onto our pot. Tip our apples in. And they're nice and pliable now and par cooked. All right, that's going to make it a lot easier. Apples, just want to place halfway, horizontally halfway along our strip of pastry and just keep working your way along until you get all the way to the end. And we're going to fold up our pastry to enclose the other half of that sheet and then roll it up. Tuck it under, roll it. So this is why the apples need to be pliable, so that they can roll like that. Once you get to that point, pop it into a little muffin tray, wipe my bench down, and start again. So that's it. fingers crossed that's how they're meant to look. I got a little bit better as I went along, I must admit. These last couple are pretty good. That first one's not great. So into the oven, 160 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes. They do take a long time because remember you've got layer and layer and layer of pastry in the middle that you've got to cook out. So keep the temperature low and cook it for a little bit longer. So 160, probably 40 minutes.